Fani Willis is in trouble as new witnesses are now slated to come out to prove their story wrong. So Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, they have testified that their romance didn't start until the latter part of 2022, something that Trump's lawyers have said is a complete lie. They date the relationship to have started way back in 2019, with Terrence Bradley apparently changing his story in court. One witness says that she overheard a conversation between Bradley and Willis that proves the relationship she and Wade had. There is a lot hanging in the balance for Fani Willis and for Nathan Wade here, especially given that this is a very high-profile case. Now, especially when you take into consideration how critics believe that they were put there just to hinder Trump's presidential campaign. And before we really get into today's video, all I ask is that you take 1 second, drop a quick like for the video. I totally appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for sharing this video. You guys are amazing. Let's go ahead and start off with attorney Cindi Lee Yeager, a co-chief deputy district attorney for Cobb County. A motion was filed on behalf of David Schaefer, a co-defendant of former President Donald Trump. The motion notes that Yeager reached out to Schaefer's counsel after watching Bradley's testimony. Now, like I said a second ago, Bradley changed his story from absolutely knowing that Wade and Willis had a relationship back in 2019, all the way over to saying that he simply speculated that the two were dating at the time. So Yeager said that she and Bradley have had multiple conversations from around August last year through early 2024, where they discussed Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. Bradley supposedly told Yeager that the romance started between the two at the 2019 Municipal Court Continuing Legal Education Conference, and that this relationship continued from 2019 through 2020, overlapping Fani Willis's campaign for district attorney. She also said that Bradley claimed to have personal knowledge of this relationship, including information about the use of Robin Yeager's apartment and other meetings before November 2021. So Yeager also says that she heard Bradley talking to Fani Willis back in September last year about someone coming after them, and that Bradley should not talk to them about anything regarding Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. At least that's what Yeager assumed about the conversation, as she was inside of Bradley's office when it happened. This does not look good for Terrence Bradley, because it would seem as if he lied under oath as well. So defendant Kathy Latham has also filed a notice of proposed testimony. This one is for Manny Aurora, a former adjunct professor of Georgia State School of Law. So it seems as if Bradley had a lot of different conversations about Nathan Wade and Fani Willis with other people, as Aurora is saying the exact same thing as Yeager. According to the report, Bradley told Aurora that the relationship between Wade and Willis started when Willis was running for district attorney in 2019 and 2020. It's also being said that Nathan Wade supervised the transition for Fani Willis after the election, including hiring and firing candidates. And the big one is that Nathan Wade allegedly had a garage door opener to Willis's residence in Hapeville. Why would you have one of those? Now, Bradley was asked about the garage door opener in court, a garage door opener that he says that he's never seen. Now, just to confirm, this was used in Robin Yeager's apartment where Nathan Wade and Fani Willis would secretly go to. Again, something that Bradley confirmed with Aurora. Now, Judge Scott McAfee still has some time to decide as to what's going to happen from here. He could see Fani Willis and her entire team removed from the case, which means that it's probably going to last well after the November elections. There's also a chance that the entire case just gets thrown out given the circumstances and how Fani Willis and Nathan Wade allegedly enriched themselves because of it. But of course, there's a slim chance that things don't go very well for former President Donald Trump. But let's talk about attorney Ashley Merchant, as she recently testified for more than 3 hours before the Georgia Senate Special Committee. The committee is led by Republican Senator Bill Cosworth and was formed because of a motion filed earlier this year by Michael Roman. So Michael Roman is represented by Ashley Merchant in court. Now with this, she was subpoenaed by the committee to testify about how she learned of this relationship between Fani Willis and Nathan Wade. She also had to explain why they believe that the two benefited from prosecuting the case against former President Trump and his co-defendants.
The allegations against Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis that have threatened to derail the Georgia election interference case against Donald Trump are spilling over from the courthouse to the State House.
You will please raise your right hand.
Taking center stage, Ashley Merchant, the defense attorney leading the charge to have Willis removed from the case after Merchant alleged the DA financially benefited from a personal relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade.
I've been a criminal defense attorney for 20 years.
Today, Merchant spoke before a Republican-led state Senate committee and, not bound by the rules of the courtroom, revealed new details about her early conversations with Terrence Bradley, Wade's former law partner and divorce attorney turned reluctant witness.
We met for about an hour. Said that they had been together. They met at this conference. Nathan was still married, and Mr. Bradley was upset because of what happened in the divorce. He was upset because they were still married, the Wades were still married, and he essentially just left her after meeting Miss Willis and dropping the kids off at college.
She said that financial irregularities prompted their investigations. Merchant described Fulton County's practice of hiring outside counsel unusual, and that none of the other DA's offices in the state, except the Attorney General's office, regularly use special prosecutors. Even then, and in the few instances where outside counsel was hired, they were paid at much lower rates compared to Nathan Wade. So Merchant specified that other prosecutors, namely John Floyd and Anna Cross, provided itemized invoices. Cross received less than $100,000 and Floyd received even less than that. Wade apparently received around $700,000 for his work. This could mean that Fani Willis was enriching herself through Nathan Wade, who just happened to be her lover, which means that Fani Willis raised the rate of Wade so that he could use that money for them to go on lavish vacations that benefit the both of them. Now, of course, these are all allegations that need to be proven. Willis has argued that she's paid Wade back, but only did so with physical cash that unfortunately cannot be tracked. Merchant and lawyers for Trump said that this is clearly a conflict of interest. She also connected the two to the White House. Many speculate that Fani Willis was purposely placed in this position to mess with Trump's 2024 presidential campaign. It's been reported that Nathan Wade had submitted at least 2 invoices that indicate meetings with White House counsel. Fani Willis on her end has claimed innocence of everything. She says that people are only angry because she's doing the right thing. She adds that she's going to stand up for justice no matter who is the person who have done wrongdoing in Fulton County.
I think that people are angry because I'm going to do the right thing and I'm going to stand up for justice, no matter who is the person that may have done wrong in Fulton County. And so they can continue on with their games, and I'm going to continue to do the work of the people.
Now, obviously, a nod to former President Donald Trump. There's also the issue of Willis's book called Find Me the Votes. Merchant said that the prosecutor, in this case, Fani Willis, was discussing an ongoing prosecution together with her strategy to the authors of this book, and that this happened during the course of the prosecution. Merchant also discussed how Willis was going through financial hardships prior to becoming district attorney. This is something that could prove motive because, again, the case against Trump is definitely huge. And as we already know, Nathan Wade is getting paid a lot of money while working with Fani Willis. Does this prove that they're enriching themselves at this point? Well, it's hard to say for certain, but the optics itself is not looking very favorable for either of them. Now, so just to recap, so Fani Willis, Nathan Wade, and even Terrence Bradley, they're all being subject to scrutiny as all 3 of them have essentially appeared to have lied under oath. Now, Judge McAfee accepts new testimonies and evidence. Everything we just talked about could put all 3 of these people out in the cold. Some experts believe that McAfee is watching all of this unfold, and at the same time, he's probably just kind of waiting to give us his judgment. Many analysts believe that Fani Willis is definitely done, and that's going to be good news for Trump and his campaign. But rest assured, I'm going to continue to follow what's going on and provide you with the information that you need to know. Before I go, I want to thank y'all for liking this video. Thank you for sharing this video, and I'll see you on the next one.